I do. It's really cool. I'm just
tired.
Yeah, I haven't been sleeping properly.
Take some melatonin next time we try to go sleep. All right.
I'll give that a try. Oh yes.
Yeah. Next finds out that she has this crystal.
Mm-hmm.
They were gonna steal it. So next, let's them steal it. But he pulls the normal hunter thing. He steals it from them. Basically, now he has they set on a bounty on Next. Then Next runs off to some hidden place.
Mm-hmm.
You found out. Bounty hunter comes in after a couple months. Right. Not normal bounty hunter. It's a female one called Jade.
Jade?
She tries to take on Next. Next is like basically Next kicks her down and keeps her pinned with its foot. And looks at her. It just tells her you're trying to be a hunter. He helps her up and kind of shows her the ways of a hunter. She appreciates the Nexus teaching and kind of becomes his ally in this world. He starts living with her out in the forest and all that as hunters. A few days pass. Next kind of gets word of, the queen kind of is like, finds out someone stole her gem and don't know what. They kind of said, the raptor dude stole her gem and got away with it. So she kind of plans on taking over the whole town.
Right there.
She plans on taking over town and going after him. Next year, so she's like, "Oh, fuck, this isn't good." Next kind of goes into like I gotta protect these people mode and all that. Days kind of pass being prepped and all that. He tells Jade to stay here and help if anyone starts retreating from the place. Tell them to seek shelter near the ship, because by that time the ship's fully repaired with a non-prototype jump drive. Well, still prototype, but still more working,
more repaired.
Yeah. She's like nods and helps. Next goes in with basically raid gear. And Next kind of developed, made it so he can summon his sparrow in. Basically, he drives into the town. A lot of people seeing this high-tech guy with a sparrow, with a high-tech vehicle driving. They're like, "Huh."
Question. What is the sparrow?
I think it looks like a pug with lots of
always on time.
Well, that's a cool
exotic
one.
Sparrow.
Well, that's a cool one.
Because this kind of happens. I said it in lore. It was like one where it happens before D2. I said this kind of happens during in the middle of D2.
These are the last times you missed.
I can always change timeline because that timeline for Dark Guardians are very fucky. He goes in, finds the club and basically kind of disguises as a club goer. Bouncer at the front they perfect.
Fuck. Lag of the video part 2. I'm gonna start hiding avatars. I'm gonna blame Hybrid. It's always Hybrid's fault. The story's actually getting pretty good. Alright. Yes, this is going in the video. I don't have any way to edit it out. You don't like that? Suffer. Be a skill issue. Veers. Why do I have the idea of musical supers? I'll probably talk about it in another video. Alright, back in there. Me and my cloak of the fucking bitch ass motherfucking are going to find a way to get that GitHub and fuck, what the fuck? Alright. So I got disconnected at high-tech vehicle rolling in on the town.
Alright, that's good. Next makes it to a club.
Oh yeah, and dresses up as a club girl, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's where I got
finding out some people was getting substance from like some weird mask snake and like weird mask snake that's kind of weird. He asked one of the people that got it from her to get him a thing. His ghost scans it. It's like, hey, the ghost is like, hey, we need to make a counter agent for this. This is very bad if shit starts going on with it. Because basically it's a drug that kind of enables primal urges and basically makes people go
it's
crazy.
It's sort of like the Night Howler serum in Zootopia.
Yeah, but more horny version of it.
So a high power aphrodisiac then.
Basically.
Okay, I confuse the hell out of me.
Next, ghost. He asks his ghost, how long can we make a counter agent to this? He says 10 to 15 minutes. Or 5 to 10 minutes. Next, he's like, alright. Then, if anything happens, I'll have to knock the people out. And usually when next knock someone's out, they're gonna be crippled. Next goes into the club, kind of keeping his head low, seeing that the raptor is around with a dragon, and the dragon kind of got affected by the aphrodisiac thing. Yeah, so he's like, oh, next thing I'm coming to, like, so he doesn't deal with that. A couple minutes pass, and Ghost is like, hey, I got a working counter agent that I can mass produce whenever needed. It's like, alright, we're gonna probably need that in a few minutes. Kind of hiding out because they're all at, he followed the raptor up to the rooftops where he's flirting with a whole bunch of people. And again, action. Next, kind of cloaked in the void. Snake comes in like, kind of like, trying to get this.
Trying to work up
seducing.
Snake Riz.
This is basically what they're after. Next, watching this. Next, like slowly holding his hand over his weapon. Outbreak perfected. Well, not outbreak perfected, but hand cannon. Fatebringer time lost. Fatebringer.
Get the fuck away from me.
And they come in. The Serpent Queen bites down on his neck, injecting him with poison. Like, and next, like, this is time to take action. Next, fires a shot in the air, just like, hey, you missed me, fuckers. And the Serpent Queen's like, you fucking. They're both like, you fucking ass. And like, like, you miss me, you wankers. And it's like, she's like, you're too late. She's like, you're too like, the thing has spread around with a whole bunch of people. And next, slowly seeing people start changing. It's like, I got a counter agent for that. Next, tosses the fire up in the air, shoots it. Dust scatters and people start getting knocked down and reverting to normal. But then a whole bunch of like people start crawling up and it's like, Nick's like, fuck. He doesn't have another one, so he starts shooting some of them down because
he's out of antidote.
For now, because it's like a next is the serpent gets away. Raptor tries to go at Next. Next kind of knocks him the fuck out. Or Next not knocks him the fuck out, but that grabs him by the throat and just hops down onto the town hall square with him where everyone's panicking and running around. And then Next is like, fuck. Next looks at the Raptor like, well, let's put our differences aside. Here, have a weapon. Fucking help me deal with this shit. We're gonna rescue any survivors, bring them to my ship so we can deal with it. Silver. Shush. Next encounters another raptor for Genesis. Kind of knocked out because she was the first one who spread that whole shit. Next grabs her, has another vial by now, kind of injects her with it, and kind of brings both of them away with some shit.
What?
Is Hybrid fucking do?
What are you doing? No.
We might need to start talking. That's ridiculous. Anyways, next. Sana helps people retreat to another place as the Serpent Queen gets away.
You got any water? I'm thirsty.
Both raptors like who? Virgin knows who is next. It's with the other raptors like, who the fuck are you? And next says, I'm just what fate brought. We'll get out of this soon. Nefkana brings them back to Jade, and Jade's like, we have a lot of people here. And he's looking at the ship, knowing that he can't fit so many people here.
I just noticed that one of my
he has.
Can you fix that? Thank you.
No. Next is like, who the fuck? How are we gonna do with this? He looks at the group and it's one of them, I think a dog. Either a husky or wolf kind of like, I can stay back if you leave and protect these people. It's like tosses him basically a whole bunch of vials, saying if you need to do that, I gotta bring these 3 to someplace, another dimension. And not knowing that Amber kind of placed a tracker on Nex when he wasn't looking, she kind of knows now where Nex is going.
Right.
And that kind of, when he flies away with the group, a little dimensional tear happens, so they're like,
You're inside of a glue stick?
and Nex never knows about it until like a couple days after.
Right.
After probably Lightfall. Not Lightfall, but after Beyond Light. It's like, he gets word by some of his fellow guardians saying, there's some weird creatures coming in with spirits and all that. They're messing with our guardian. Next, like, what? In what way? They're trying to poke their kneecaps and such as like, or anything else? Anything else? Yeah, they're trying to, do the stuff with guardians and next, like, oh no.
Hold on. Why does that music remind me of Subnautica? Alright.
I think
Sorry,
it's
continue.
Hotline Miami. Anyways,
Might be.
Next, finds out that old Serpentine kind of take revenge, so he kind of sets up a thing for fellow guardians who want to take them on, but also he also goes into battle, helping out. What happened is after a few weeks pass, Amber decides to show herself, but she somehow has gotten hands on guardian armor, and Nex is like very infuriated by that because guardians only can wear guardian. He only sees guardians wearing guardian armor, so this is like a major fuck you to him. So she's like, well, major red flag, major fuck you to him, and she's like, oh, Guardian, why don't you come and face me by yourself? Next kind of accepts this challenge. Next goes after her. He kills her. Next, not knowing this, she responds. Next turns it on slowly, like, and kind of dreading, like, no, this is impossible. How could a traveler bless you with light? So the two are now like in a stalemate, and she makes a deal. Like, I will call this shit off if
Look behind you.
you become my king.
Look behind you.
Next is like, what? Next, like, kind of like thinks about it. It's like, huh?
Oh, fuck me, dude.
Fine, I guess I'll do this to stop this. And she's like, then it's settled.
You couldn't hear me. The voice wasn't muted when I was.
And basically now, then two are kind of in a, I would say, kind of relationship in lore.
You're behind me.
But she doesn't care if Nex goes out with it. She doesn't know that he is her king, and she's you know that.
Take him on the arm again.
Nex like very annoyed with this, but knowing that no one's gonna have harm or such to them. It's a big thing and such, and after a couple of years been past, a couple months pass. Traveler starts choosing some of his group as helpers, basically risen, but they haven't died, so they I don't know how that happens. So all that happened, he has his own little personal squad, and in Destiny 2. Then after a while, they go back to see. Check on the person that's stayed back. They're okay and all that. A whole bunch. They kind of recuperated and all that. Next, like, all right, here's what's going on. Here's the news. He kind of breaks it to the dude. Like, dude's like, what the fuck? Yeah, I know. This is a weird, kind of weird thing. Anyways, we should so and so for basically move over to my actual realm if people want to. Just be warning, it's kind of fucky right now.
Or how many times I wish I was fucking dead and yet here I am. Also, I found some interesting photos about
so that's
I have
what's happening. My brain likes to come up with different scenarios, so sometimes the lore changes where Nex kind of becomes the invader and kind of basically raids and pillages their whole place, the whole world. Or Nex becomes the savior and basically helps everyone out.
look up on my phone.
Yeah, it's a weird thought to my brain, but I thought it was cool. Kind of been wanting to put my guardian in their Backstreets game, where unique ability to him is like, since he's a guardian, change out his supers. Once, and if he gets enough like kills or defeats of enemies, he gains like his abilities. Like 5 would be like he gains his melee ability. 10 would be he gains his class ability. 15 would be his grenade. Then 20 he would gain super. And it would depend. And before you load into the game, it would ask what class you want to, or what subclass you want to run, or what element. Arc would be that would be Arc staff. Solo would be golden gun. Void would be spectral blades.
Yeah, spectral blades.
Spectral blade. Stasis would be stasis combos, but they're melee. And then Strand would be basically knife.
Correct.
So he would be doing that. And oh god, my stomach's kind of hurting. I'll use the restroom before hopping off. I'll use the restroom before heading to bed. Yeah. Yeah, that's the lore of what's next going on. Actually, funny thing is, I'm getting a piece, hopefully by a friend, of next kind of having Amber tangled up with Strand. Next slowly having the finger like lifting her chin up with a claw, with a smug look on his face. While Amber's like all broken and battered from her armor ripped and such because she stepped into one of Nex's traps. Yeah.
You gotta show me what it looks like when you get it.
Oh, definitely I will. I think I showed you the one where Nex and Amber was in a sword duel. Have I or have I not?
No, you haven't.
I will send that in a bit then before hopping off. Let me see what time it is. I'm actually gonna hop off. I need some sleep.
Okay, yeah.
And all that.